I wish anti-nihilism were not needed. I wish suffering, the primary disease of sentience, did not need to be prevented. But it does. I am an anti-nihilist because it pains me to see suffering, especially when that suffering is preventable. It pains me to know that innocent people get thrown into an existence where, given sentience, suffering and death are 100% guaranteed. It pains me to know that if those responsible for procreation had been more thoughtful and kind and caring, they would have prevented needless and unconsented suffering. I think anti-nihilism is the most noble ideology, not because it is the most pretty or popular or intellectual, but because it is the most necessary in a non-ideal world. We are brought into a truly broken world, and we can delude ourselves all we want to ignore that fact, but it still remains a fact deeply ingrained into the very physical laws of our universe. Order will always be followed by disorder, and in that lies the inevitable fact that any sentience will witness change and loss. Nothing is permanent, and therefore no joy is permanent. It's true that by the same token no suffering is permanent, but no suffering is necessary in the first place either. If only sentience were considerate enough to not perpetuate itself into other new beings. Over the course of my career, I've met and gotten to know the stories of thousands of people. But one thing is common across the board. The reason people see doctors is to address their suffering, either because they have an active illness or because they want to avoid an illness, or at least minimize the suffering that comes with illness and aging. Some might say this makes me biased because my daily focus is more toward suffering. I would say this is an intricate part of our reality. I don't ignore the joys of life. Of course I want to enjoy the good times. But this is because I am already existing. I don't have the choice to revert back to non-existence. It is too late for me. My fate, like everyone listening to this, is sealed. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Why am I an anti-nihilist? Because I don't want my children to suffer, and avoiding procreation is the only way to guarantee that. Someone who chooses to procreate, whether they see it or not, is dooming his or her children to suffer and die. I simply don't have the stomach to commit such a moral crime. It's not anyone's fault that these are the choices we face. Humans should be pitied for being in this predicament. As a pragmatist, though, making the best of a bad situation also reduces suffering. In addition to not procreating, the next best thing to do is to work toward reducing the suffering of those already here. We should all strive for that, whether in small or big ways, in our own lives and in the lives of others. Therein lies meaning. Thank you so much for listening and giving these ideas your valuable time and attention.